Okay, so what Carly just said about the cases you're saying aren't being disrespectful and rude and stuff. In the boobies, bracelets, and free speech in schools, the teachers were the ones saying were getting them in trouble in the first place because they found they were being disrespectful because students weren't being mature enough to handle the word booby. And they claimed that the students were wearing the bracelets as a way to say the word and incite giggles. And in the West Virginia State Board of Education versus Barnett case, they got the students in trouble because they weren't being respectful to the flag in the United States. And that's what I got.
You state that in the first case, the teachers were finding kids to be. No, the second case you were saying. You're stating that they were being disrespectful to the flag, but in that same way, wouldn't the school be disrespecting their religion by forcing them to go against their religious beliefs by worshiping an idol, which is against the Jehovah's Witnesses' beliefs?
And then also back to the booby bracelet case. There was much more recently, in 2007, the court upheld the suspension of a student who, during an event outside the school building, which was still on school campus, unfurled a banner reading "Bald Heads for Jesus," which is a totally different subject, and that, in that case, unlimited free speech would be questioned. But in the booby bracelet case, the Third U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals went back to the basics, and if it had no underlying political message, such as using legal underage drug use, that the booby bracelets were protected because they expressed support for National Breast Cancer Awareness Campaign. Nor did the bracelets substantially disrupt school activities.
But the people were not, it had gotten past that, and people were just wearing them because they said boobies on it. They weren't actually wearing it because it was breast cancer.
And what examples do you have
It
specifically?
says right here in the article that students were wearing the bracelets as a way to say the word and incite giggles.
But not everyone was. Some families have had people that had breast cancer and wanted to raise awareness.
Okay. Do you have evidence for that?
Do you have evidence of student votes?
There were, not everybody was doing it, but there were some people who were disrupting it.
So then we should take away the rights of others because some people can't handle, because some people
It's like
can't.
Once again, it's
If the majority,
disruptive class.
if the majority can't handle it, then
Did you
Yeah.
vote it was
Does it
majority?
say that it was the majority? Or does it say that some students?
Regardless of how many students were being disrupted, it was still disrupting class, and schools need to keep the environment, not disrupted.
So I would like to go back to what Aaron stated earlier. Were you going off your own personal, like,
What?
about how the only reason we use swear words is because we're in a rebellious stage?
No, that's not the only reason.
Do you have evidence from your articles or anything to support that? Or is it?
Not from articles. But yes, I do have evidence of that, but not on paper.
Ooh, I have a good statement from the from the Jehovah's Witness case with where they said that they're violating the First Amendment when they didn't recite the Pledge of Allegiance. This is a quote from that article. There is no doubt that in connection with the pledges, the flag salute is a form of utterance, and the purpose of the First Amendment is to ensure that individuals have an individual sphere of freedom and of thought and belief that the government cannot invade. Authority here is to be controlled by public opinion, not public opinion by authority. Saying that in schools, if you have a certain religion, you shouldn't have that violated due to the fact that you're not reciting